And we are live, Two and a Half Guys podcast. I'm your boy Midjay.
It's your boy Doe Stacks.
And sorry about the wait, man. We got caught up in this NBA. You know us, we NBA guys. And
Yeah.
just like y'all when NFL time come, y'all every Sunday y'all be a little late. It's NBA season, man. This is a great game.
Yeah.
We here, man. What's going on, though?
Talk about I was at work, but no damn well y'all watched the football game while we was on.
All right. What's going on? To my car, I caught the playback. Yeah. I bet y'all know why.
hey, and we appreciate the
We definitely do.
post-production views. We do.
Whether it's on YouTube, wherever you watch it, I appreciate it. But yeah, man, what's going on?
Ain't nothing, man. Good, man.
Hey, what you think of that thing I put you on?
It's all right.
Hey, man.
I ain't really like dive too deep into it, but I noticed like, how sometimes like I like to watch the thing in double time. Oh, they ain't with that shit.
Nah.
We get about 10 minutes to be like, whoa, bitch.
Yep. Yeah, what you gotta do, man? You gotta, like, if you up late at night, like past midnight, go and turn them on, and then forget about when you wake up.
Oh, no. We talk about two different things. You talk about
yeah.
That shit fly. I just want to, I want to see.
Is he? And like I said, man, I told somebody, as I said, man, how I'm gonna get it out there. We might can do a podcast on that thing, just putting it out there and see if we can get some jump on that joint, you know what I'm
saying? They gotta buy this information. We ain't telling it to them.
Yeah.
Hey, so, please hold me. Please hold it down for 1 second. Let me see what my grandmother.
Yeah, man. Go ahead, man. But we here, man. Another episode, Two and a Half Guys podcast, man. We watched the movie that was on Netflix called Havoc. We'll get to that in a second. But me personally, I took my son to see Kendrick at the Bank of America Stadium. First of all, just to see somebody sell out a stadium of that magnitude, like a football stadium, like the Panthers can't even do that. No shade, but the Panthers can't even sell out. So just to see all those people in there, lights up, partying, and the crazy part about it, like it rained like crazy up until the concert started. So when we pulled up, it was the seats were wet and stuff like that, but it kind of stopped raining or whatever. So I had my son a poncho. I ain't had none. But we made it through. And it was a good show. But me and I talked that with Doe. We will talk about that later after we get through this movie.
What? Where you went to?
The Kendrick concert. I took my son to see Kendrick because he a Kendrick holic right now.
They were.
I don't know what Kendrick doing to these kids, but my son, you would think he wrote GNX the way he was rapping them joint.
Every word.
What? Except the curl. He was blanking them out. I was like, all right, boy.
He's watching like
ain't no other.
I wonder if daddy let me slip one in.
Yeah. And at first I was worried because, it was just me and him, and I ain't seen too many little kids. But when I walked up and I started seeing parents with their kid, I'm like, oh, yeah, he really talking to these kids. Like,
okay,
little kids here, you see a family here. You're like, okay, so I'm good. So,
I mean, he do got a message that's tailored to them children, man.
Yeah, man. I don't know what it is, but he talking. We'll talk about that after we talk about this movie, man. Because I want to get into deep into it. But
I want you to look at my face before you even start to.
What, man?
Okay, before we even go in on this movie, I gotta say, I understand that everybody don't have the budget that big budget movies have, like Sinners, and it wasn't the largest budget ever.
No.
But after watching that movie,
and then following up,
everything will be judged on a higher scale with me from this point on.
Absolutely.
This movie podcast that we're doing right now, I'm just called the movie podcast that we're doing right now. So this movie, I'm gonna let you go ahead and go with it.
So we watched Havoc on Netflix. It was, but what I did notice, like the week it came out, it was number 1, number 2, and it fell out of the top 10 real quick. So after I went back, I'm like, oh man, I picked the movie. I was like, but it was nothing out there. But I do have some suggestions for next week that I already pre-watched They got Untold about Gilbert Arenas and the Crittenden story called Untold Shooting Guards. Yeah, we're gonna cover that, and it's another doc I gotta get the name
On
of.
what?
Netflix, but I got you.
Hey, you know whose story I didn't know until recently like that?
Who?
Hate to be like sidebar, but like, I see why Deion went to God.
Who?
I see why Deion Sanders went to God.
Why? I didn't know.
Pilar Sanders was the fucking devil, boy.
Kill him.
Yo. I didn't know none of this, yo.
But listen, bro. If we being honest, that's a gamble I'm willing to take.
No, Mitch, no. Like all jokes aside,
I've said that for a long time.
Like all jokes, like, and I can see why Deion got churned with her and this, then the third.
Absolutely.
But like, yo, bro.
And they look like they got a good relationship now, but
no, they don't.
Oh, they don't. See,
they don't. The only reason you see her and him in the same room is because of them churn.
So Shiloh, how many kids he got from her? Is all his kids from her?
No.
Okay.
The oldest one ain't from her. Bucky ain't from her.
The video guy.
But yeah, but Shedeur, Shiloh, and I think the daughter that's in between them. Yeah. Them Pilar.
Okay.
Boy,
man.
Is this woman on TikTok that do like a visual breakdown? Like she used the Sims models to break.
Oh, you got I don't know the whole story, but I've heard.
We're gonna talk about that later. But yeah. Look at this movie.
Send me that. But we watch Habit, man. Like I said, man, I noticed it jumped out of the top 10 very quickly. But it was like it's action, it was adrenaline rush. I'm like, okay, this is right up Doe alley. I can get with it. But it just, first of all, the movie had too much going on.
And not after Sinners.
And not enough explained. And if you haven't watched it, I'm going to say spoiler, but I ain't really going to try to spoil it too much. Because I'm still kind of.
Oh, we can spoil this because I don't even want this to blow.
Yeah, so.
Tell these folk what happened in this shit.
It's a cop. He's like a homicide detective. Something happened with, I think he's the mayor. I think Forrest Whitaker's the mayor or something like that. His son's in the life of crime, but he do anything to get his son out of crime. So the cop actually did some stuff with his other homeboy cops. I guess they were cleaning up stuff that they weren't going to talk about. So they chased behind, which they didn't know. His boys chasing behind Forrest Whitaker's son. And washing machine or something fell off the back of the truck.
They threw a washing machine off the back of the truck, and they threw it on a cop car to try to get away from the cop car.
But it messed
up. High speed chase, and it killed the cop.
Okay, yeah. So that's basically what happened.
I got you, Tiana. Well, honestly, all you got to do on TikTok right now is click on put not Deion, put Pilar Sanders, Deion in your shit, and it'll pop up like she's the first one that pops up.
Okay. But yeah, so that happened. So they get to where they were going, and they go, I guess it was a deal. They had to steal the stuff. So they go to make the deal, but lo and behold, at the same time, somebody's coming in to unalive the plug that they were going to make the deal with. Mm-hmm. So they go in, they're trying to make the deal. These dudes hop out with black hockey masks on. Great costumes, by the way. Great costumes.
Yeah.
And they like to show up.
I give them that.
They lit the show up. So now it's a homicide. They come in, cop comes in. It was like, you ain't heard about your boy? It's like, nah, it's like he got hit with a washing machine. They're saying he might make it, but we don't know. So he's like, nah, ain't nobody told me. So he gets to the crime scene. He can visualize what happened. So it shows what happened. There's coke on the table. It's a whole bunch of stuff going on. So coming to find out, it's one of the female, I guess, triad boss's son that got unalive. Mm-hmm. And so she want to know what's going on. Like, who did this? So on camera, it shows the last person running out was the mayor's son.
Yep.
Charlie. So everybody's after Charlie. So the cop and the mayor, which is Forrest Whitaker, they have a deal. Like he's got to send out some stuff. So he's like, "What's up, man? Could you help me one more time?" He's like, "Man, I'm done with this. I come tell you I'm done with." He's like, "Nah, I know what you did. So you can't get out of this one. I need you to save my son, and then we'll talk about you getting out this line of saving my son. But you've been doing this for me so long, whatever." So he's on the hunt for Charlie. It's a lot of action. I'm gonna say it. The action scenes are great. So
it's a lot of forced action, Minji.
So
it's a lot of forced action, Minji. Like it goes straight from dialogue to action.
Yes, and then it's like his story about his daughter. It never really finished that story. Like
there's no character. There's no character building. Minji, I hate to say it. This is some rehashed Netflix bullshit that they have been getting away with selling us.
Yeah. This is absolutely like somebody said. Let's throw an action flick out there and see what.
Hey, you want to know why it keep costing more money to watch Netflix?
Because they hashing out.
They got to pay for this bullshit.
They do. And when they had a good formula. Find original series. Find those great writers like you had for Ozark. Find those great writers you have for House of Cards. Stuff like that.
But all that good shit they cancel
because that stuff was in reality. That stuff was you can believe some of this stuff like an accountant. Money laundering for a cartel. I can believe that.
Yeah.
And got to get out the country, and they send him someplace out of so he can hide out.
Netflix?
Yes, Ozark Netflix.
Okay.
Ozark, House of Cards, those were great series, and it seemed like I haven't seen a series like that in about 3-4 years from Netflix. To be honest with you, like I want to say Ozark, and even when they took out was Kevin Spacey on House of Cards?
Yeah.
Because of all the
shit, he out there,
fondling young men.
He took himself out.
Yeah, all that fondling and sexual advances he was trying on people caught up to him. Even when they took it out, they still did the last season, which was decent, but it wasn't the same. But they still maintained to write a good script.
Right.
Unlike, which I want to say though, I finally finished Winning Time, the Lakers thing series. That was why they rushed it like that?
I have no idea.
They could have got another. I know they canceled it, and then when they said they canceled, I guess they figured, hey, yeah.
Well, at the time when it dropped, they did get a lot of negative backlash from not only the players, but a lot of the people from that era who were really tuned in because they.
I mean, but it was realistic. First of all,
Pat Riley called that hit, man.
Yeah, the casting was amazing.
Yeah, especially Magic.
The Magic and
Kareem. Yeah,
Bird, like that was great casting. Like, so I don't see what other than them being upset. But it's the truth. Y'all know y'all stories. Magic, you knew you was out there throwing that thing to everybody.
Yeah, they said it was too many inaccuracies and just I don't know. Like me personally, I would have ran it 3 seasons.
Me personally, knowing HBO, like if you would say FX did a bunch of inaccuracies, or you said Hulu, I would say yeah, you're probably right. But HBO, I know they did their research. Yeah. Y'all just didn't like the way it portrayed y'all after y'all all grown and it's over with.
It was the truth.
Kareem, you knew you was a jealous guy. Magic, you knew you was the people person, but you knew you could be selfish at times.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's the truth.
Right. Magic, we know you're a good guy, but you love the game, but the truth is the truth. We knew you caused some friction in the locker room because they already had a point guard. Norm Nixon was already
Norm Nixon was the point guard.
They got rid of Norm. He torched y'all after he came back.
Man, did he ever?
So, but I feel like they rushed it. They ended on the Celtics winning the championship, and then in the credits they put, went on to win.
Didn't the writers wasn't this one of the shows that was canceled during the writer's block?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think it was canceled because of that. I think it was canceled, like you say, because of all the backlash.
Yeah.
Because
a lot.
You could have ran this 3-4 because I'm thinking you're going to end this with Magic getting the virus.
I mean, but they started with that.
They started with that. So I'm thinking
I mean, honestly, that should have foreshadowed it for us that it wouldn't have been a long running thing.
I'm thinking it would start with that. They would have got through at least 2 years. You gotta think.
I mean, but Midgie, let's also factor in, okay, like, yeah, we watching the movie, but let's think about the budgets. You know how much it would have cost to bring Wood Harris back another season, to bring the Magic Dude back. Like, it's like it gets expensive, and at the end of the day, they're all about the bottom line. You can see that they don't care about entertainment. They're like, okay, we made our bang for our buck out of this. Fuck it.
If you're comparing it to a House of Cards, you can't do that. I mean, not House of Cards. If you compare it to House of the Dragon or Game of Thrones, that's a different budget. That's a different fan. But everybody don't watch basketball like that.
That's that's a whole different.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody got into this mystical fantasy world. Like, I'm not even a dragons and dungeons person, but when I saw Game of Thrones, I was like, "Oh, I'm into this," because it was a story. So it was for, even if you wasn't into that fantasy.
I mean, but like, it's kind of hard to compare the shit that we watching to those, because those all have enough budget big enough to do character development.
You see, that's what I'm saying. I hope HBO didn't do that. Like, oh, this little series ain't doing what
I'm sure they did.
House of the Dragon doing, but you're not gonna find another House of the Dragon.
I mean, you hear how we sitting here giving this all this energy and discussion.
Mm-hmm.
This simple decision could have been made by some rich executive that said, "Oh well, shit, they ain't gonna give me enough money to fly my family to Monaco this year. We're gonna have to go to Canada." Like,
yeah,
cut that shit. It's fucking up my bottom line.
Yeah,
shit like that.
But you can't just abruptly end a series.
Yes, you can.
But listen, okay, if I'm you're as a basketball fan. If you following, say you following you're a Laker guy. You following Laker dynasty.
I'm not a Laker guy.
I'm sorry, but you're following. So say they did a doc on LeBron, and after the two in Miami, they cut the series and say, "Oh, he went to LA, won another one, had his son come." You be like,
"I'd be pissed off."
That's what I'm saying. You could have ran this 3 1 years.
I mean, but
the first one, they don't go back to Cleveland. They don't go to LA.
I mean, but like, we could say all that, and this shows you just how little they care about actually entertaining us as compared to their bottom line, because that shit could have went 4, 5, 6, 7 seasons, Mitch.
Yeah. You're right.
They could have got in depth to the point to where they showed us how Magic contracted this.
Man, see, that's what I'm saying. Maybe 3, 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Because you can't end. First of all, it's a Laker dynasty doc.
Shit, they could have got in and just me thinking like a writer. What's the one that was a virgin the whole time?
AC Green?
3 episodes is completely designated to watch him fight temptation.
That's what I'm saying. At the parties with them boys, they trying to pressure him, because I know what happened.
You talking like, come on. So this was they didn't make enough money in that first season, and then that second season didn't. It was, you know what I mean?
And you got to realize everybody don't have.
And
yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Everybody don't have HBO, especially a lot of basketball fans. If I got to pay for NBA season pass or I got to pay for HBO, I'm making that decision.
See, Max is about hits. You feel me?
Right.
Max is about hits because they don't have the Netflix.
Right.
Numbers. You know what I'm saying? So
I just didn't like how rushed that whole season was. Like, I just didn't like it.
I mean, but factor it in like this, bro. The Wire didn't get popular until after it was canceled.
But you follow? No, it was popular during.
But it didn't become legendary.
But as people went around, it was like, man, this show is like, even when I saw the first season when it first came out, I knew if I was back home, I was going to follow that series. So it started off with a cult following.
Yeah. Okay.
This right here didn't start off with a cult following. And you got to think, there's so many ways to watch TV now. Like, there's so many. See, you got
too many. It's too many. That's the problem.
When The Wire was out, think of how many series HBO probably had at the time.
It's too many.
Just in general. it wasn't that many. So when I saw a predominantly black cast dealing drugs, like a real life like situation in Maryland, in Baltimore, I'm
like, what's the first thing you ask when somebody suggests a movie? What do you say?
What you mean?
Where can I watch it?
There you go.
What's it streaming on?
What's it on? What's it on?
What's it on?
Right. Because even when you talk about the Ping, I'm like, what's it on? You like HBO Max. I'm like, okay.
Right.
Yeah, so that's true. And then there's so many ways to watch. And you gotta realize like every streaming platform got their own original series.
And it gets confusing, man.
Their own original, like Apple got a whole Appleverse out there of series that nobody talk about. Like Hulu got their own original series, Netflix got their own original, Tubi got their own originals.
Bro, Midge.
So
I got 3 different TVs with 3 different situations going on.
Yeah, it's hard to follow.
I got the Roku. I got the ring, the fire.
Yeah.
And then I got the whole Apple situation in the cave.
And I get it. Like, so when people send me suggestions, I'd be like, man, I want to get to this, but I got so much stuff in line that I ain't watched Yellowstone yet. I ain't watched Severance.
I still haven't watched Yellowstone either, bro.
I ain't even finished Dope Thief yet.
You let Joe Budden podcast talk about it. They say that shit fell off bad.
See, I ain't.
And I don't want to take nobody's word for it, but
I'm gonna go finish it just for my own personal reasonings, because I want to see how it go. But see, I'm saying everybody I talk to say Yellowstone.
Yeah, I've heard the same thing about Yellowstone.
Everybody. So that's like when I'm like, okay, I got a priority.
Right.
I ain't finished Swagger. Like
because they saying it's one of them ones.
I ain't started Kanan.
I ain't even started that. Like, I want to wait for that to complete.
Ruining it. People ruin it day by day.
I done blocked all of them.
I just ignore it. I
done blocked all of them, bro. So I need one place to watch everything.
Yeah, it's too much stuff for real. It's too much stuff.
And I kind of think about getting a power box
off TikTok, because I seen some of the boxes on TikTok where they talk about you get everything, live TV, movies, pay-per-views, all that. But it's too much. I ain't got the time to watch everything. I got designated time to watch certain things. Like, and I do want to start Yellowstone. I do want to start Lioness, but I just don't have the time to get to it. But eventually I'm gonna get to those once everything slow down, because I got some kids and stuff. It's just a lot of stuff going on, man. Lot. So that's pretty much it. But this movie, man, to bring back to the movie to end it off, man, it's Deal with Dirty Cops. Of course, I saw that coming a mile away. A guy in crime trying to protect his girl, because his girl in the life, and I guess they doing this to get money. A father relationship, like between Forest Whitaker and his son. It's just a lot going on, that storylines that could be skipped, to be honest with you.
Man, that shit like soup. You know how it is back in the day. Somebody making a soup and there's a bunch of leftover. I'm gonna throw this in.
It's a bunch of thrown in stuff in there. You got the Dirty Cops. You got 2 different Asian gangs starting a war. Somebody blaming this person, they looking for this person, and it's just like, now the action scenes are fantastic.
I'm starting to notice Netflix formula, Midgie.
What's up?
Take a bit of this movie, a bit of this movie, a bit of this movie. Get them some good action scenes and 1 or 2 B-rate, because the guy who is the lead character from Venom,
he could have been Jason Statham.
Booyah!
He could have been Jason Statham.
There you go. Now, and Jason Statham done made the same movie 9 times.
But my thing is, though, like, I just like, you got to give me something to go with the action. Like, I know y'all main focus in this movie was action, the journalist. Y'all focus so much on the action that the storyline was just like, all right, man, wrap this up, man. Wrap this storyline up, because
I'm tired of it, Midgie. Like, I think Sinners scarred us, because I would have rather sat here and talked about fucking Sinners again.
Well, I was so disappointed, but as I'm looking through Netflix, I'm seeing stuff that's coming out. And when
Yeah.
I saw Gilbert and George Clinton, I'm like, huh? And so I watched the trailer and I'm like, yeah, me and Doug gonna be watching this.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
said, I'm gonna go and throw that in the hat. And it's another doc coming out that I want to see. And I was like, give me some docs, man. Let me maybe Sinners has ruined certain things.
Movies, yeah. So let's get into some docs. I'm a damn
Let me
dumbass
get a doc
guy.
to break this monotony up because I don't wanna just poop on some movies that's decent, but they ain't on the level of a Sinners.
I do.
Because everybody ain't got that budget, everybody ain't got that creativity.
It ain't about the budget. It ain't about the creativity. Don't rehash a formula and try to sell it to me.
But everything, like y'all bringing out Accountant 2 after 10 years.
I don't even remember the first Accountant, bro.
No, I gotta go back and watch the first Accountant. That's like when they brought back Best Man after 20 years. Even though it was good, the part 2 was good. But I'm like, yo.
Which I heard, I've probably seen clips of it.
But I'm like, yo, like the series was, I didn't really care for the series that they brought back after a long time. But it's just like certain things, like that's like you coming out with a New Jack City too. Like,
hey, Midget, I'm gonna tell you the problem. That's what's going on. Like when I say Hollywood, I don't mean strictly Hollywood. I mean the whole movie or entertainment industry. It's like this. Hollywood from day one has always been a money grab, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's always been a money attention grab.
But it started off with a lot of creative people.
Yeah. But let me land.
Okay.
Up until the past 10, 12 years, although it was a money grab, people cared about the craft.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like from curating your sounds, what film. I'm talking about from the like, bro. It's to the point out to where there's not even no underground classics like Shadas anymore.
But you know what I'm saying? Even with you saying that, you think of all the directors we knew back then opposed to now. Like your Scorsese's. You knew a Scorsese movie. You knew a Spike Lee joint. you knew these guys when these movies came out. Like now you're just like, oh, I seen that before.
Mm-hmm.
I seen this before.
Yeah, he spoke about it being a bunch of pieces from a bunch of different movies, especially what's the Spanish version of this?
Dusk of Dawn.
From Dusk Till Dawn.
It definitely had instant, but the Dusk Dawn was just a vampire movie. It didn't have no.
Yeah, like this movie was an hour in before you saw the first vampire.
Like Dusk Till Dawn was a vampire movie. Like it was strictly like this is a movie where the villain, where the enemy is a vampire, but it could have been anything, but the message would have been the same.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been werewolves
Mm-hmm.
in this movie, and you would have got the same conclusion. Me, Dusk Till Dawn, it had a purpose to be a vampire movie.
Very good movie, by the way. But listen. This ties back into what I was saying. You see how carefully curated that movie was?
Mm-hmm.
You see how beautifully shot that movie was?
Mm-hmm.
You see how much of an impact that movie made? These folks don't care anymore, man.
And there was a lot of thinking about like you said, there's just the minute details of like the color stitching by Ryan Coogler, the lighting. Because I saw a video where Beyonce takes that stuff serious too, where she was telling them like, "Why y'all put me in a blue light?" It's like I'm a black girl. That don't make me look good because I'm in a blue light. It's like y'all trying to make me look like something else.
Dim me down, make me look alien like.
So, because I remember it's a doc, I think she fired like a whole filming company. Like, I don't want them. Like, I know what they're gonna do. They're gonna try to wipe me up. Like, nah, don't do this to me.
I mean, that's shit that make them feel great.
Yeah. So she was like, nah, don't. Yeah, exactly. She was like, don't do that. So Ryan Coogler is definitely special. And like I said,
absolutely. And I want to see what he's gonna do next.
Like they bring it back to IMAX May 15th through the 21st for another week in IMAX. So I thought it was still in there, but I guess it's not.
His shit, Dad, 250 so far
So
worldwide.
I'm gonna go check it in IMAX. Even though,
Oh, did you know his deal was like he gets like all the back ends and he retains the movie?
well, he get first rights to the funds.
Yeah.
So after 25, I think it's like 20, 25 years, 20 years, he gets all the rights to the movie after 20. And so,
Hell
and
of a
then like before the studio make money, he get his first.
yeah, first cut.
So that you know how much confidence you gotta have in a movie like, and we're gonna get this black dude his money first because we know this gonna go.
I'm pretty sure with all the scripts they had coming across they knew this was something special.
Yeah,
Like,
because they
like listen, as they was passing the script around, the nickname of it was grilled cheese. Nobody knew the actual name.
he probably did it on purpose. Because they
Nobody knew the name was Sinners. Everybody had already signed on and chose to do the movie with the name grilled cheese. That's how you know it was serious.
And see, they said I think it's Tarantino got the same deal. I think he got the same type of cachet in Hollywood to where, hey, let me get me because I've done all this great work.
I just hope this shit don't go left because you know they build you up to break it down.
Of course.
You know,
of course. But I like his work, like it's something about them dudes from Oakland and Compton, like their creative thought process is crazy.
Okay, so quick sidebar. Who movies you think are better? Here's a Jordan Peele.
Okay. I say Brian Coogler movies are better because they're more understandable. Get Out was hands down phenomenal because of every Easter egg in it. But then when you get to Nope, you're like, I still don't understand what Nope.
He done dropped the ball too many times since then.
Like, I don't know. Like Us was good.
And listen, like I almost kind of feel like he's aiming to try to talk about Jordan Peele to be the black M. Night Shyamalan.
Hit or miss?
The thought-provoking.
Either you like it or you don't.
Because what you got to understand is he one of those people that understand that all press is good press if you can take the press.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like it's the movies of his that we hate the most that we talk about the most.
I agree, Jazz. His more culturally, like you think Fruitvale
Station understands the culture better than Jordan Peele because like, he's of the culture.
Like me personally, I like Fruitvale Station was one of my favorite movies.
I can't watch it, bro.
But I know, but it's just
keep just trying to get me to watch it. I can't watch it. Bro.
See, it was one of the first movies I watched. Like, you watch a young black man go through his whole day, and knowing the end result, and you're like, "Damn, he did all this before." Not knowing, like, just one simple thing, like I'm going out for New Year's. His mom was like, "No, don't go out, baby." Just to seeing that interaction, like. If you listen to your mom, or if you would have took a different, like take my car, or just so many what ifs. Like if he would have took the car instead of trying to take the dart or the BART system. Like it's just so many everything. So that movie just had me like, dang man, that's crazy. And like one of the first actual killings on footage, unalivings on footage, before this whole trend came where everybody was filming everything.
Yeah.
You gotta think that was one of the
like,
first.
Like Midget was so sad about it, you could click on Facebook first thing in the morning.
Oh, I just saw one in Fayetteville where I think a couple people share where dude was walking around in the apartment where they are with a dude laying on the ground. I'm like,
that's the last one I saw. So yeah, we on the same shit, and that's where
in Fayetteville, I think.
See what I'm saying?
And the crazy part, Fayetteville was wild when I was there my 1 year. Like, that's the first time I seen a dude get stripped out of his clothes. I'm talking about me and a dude from New York, Frank Corbett, walking back from the court. And if you know anything about Fayetteville State, it's a train track that run through Fayetteville. So we coming from the gym late night, like I usually do. I ain't thinking about no crime. This dude from DC named Herb. Herb had the
too many names, man. Just go ahead.
So they wouldn't know these guys. And
too many names, man.
no, yeah, you're right. They would know Frank. Yeah, so. But anyway, come through, dude from DC. It's the first time I seen dudes with socks and foam posits. He had a nice gold chain. You know, he was just, one of them stunting.
Them big soccer socks.
Them slouch socks.
Hey, they was killing them ish though.
And when you go to a black college, well, at the time when you go to HBCU, you had your section. You had your Charleston boys, you had your Florida boys, you had your New York cats, and you had your DMV area cats. And it was rare, being that all the HBCUs are predominantly on the East Coast. You might get one or two Cali dudes, but you never really got too many Cali dudes. But it was always Florida, New York, DMV, Charleston, for some reason. But he came around the corner in his boxers, and you hear the shot go. You can tell dude shot in the air, about how to give him the run.
The one with the phone posits?
Yeah, he come around in his boxers, and you see two little dudes running across the street, because across the field is Merkson Road. They call it the Merk. They run across, and you see them take off, and me and Ed just standing there. And you know me, this ain't the first time I've seen heard a gunshot, but it's like, dang, I'm dribbling, Frank talking, he rapping, we talking about stuff, and I pow, so we both stopped. Cause I think he was from Brooklyn.
Oh yeah, you know them.
So we both ain't new to this. So me and him look like, which way we gonna go? You go this way, I'm gonna go this way. What we gonna do? And then you see the dude running around the corner. Two dudes running across the street with his stuff in hand, shoes, chain jangling. And they give him a blanket. And this at the time, dudes ain't really had cell phones.
No. They gave him a blanket.
Huh?
He said they gave him a blanket.
Oh yeah, because his room was he had to go to the resident life area, because dudes ain't had cell phones like that. Dudes ain't had cell phones like that. So a down south dude, a Brooklyn dude, we both looking like, yo, which way we gonna ride out? Because we both not heard this sound. So we looking, and dude came around the corner, and he ran to the res light office, and he like yelling like, yo, I just got robbed. Me and Frank standing there, and we just like, dang. So they gave him a blanket to cover, because all he had was the boxes. Boxes and slouch socks. That's all he had, boxes and slouch socks.
I don't know. Hey, listen. I'm sorry. Like, the funny thing was like how you told it, and it went from like, yeah, and dudes run across the street with his stuff, and then they gave him a blanket. So I'm like,
I'm sorry. When he went to Resident Life, of course, we ain't had cell phone like that, so he got to use the Resident Life internet phone to call back to Maryland.
Okay.
And tell his people what happened. And they call the police. Police come, me and dude from Brooklyn standing there. There's like, what'd y'all see? We was like, see him come around the corner. That's it. Like, what you want to say? We coming from the gym. It was like, I ain't see no faces. No. It's literally dark. We're coming from the gym.
Man.
So he was like, yeah, he said it was two guys. He was like, man, we go here. It ain't us.
Yeah.
Like, two basketball players rob a dude he see every day. Like, come on, man. He said it was us. But he let us go up to the room, and just one of them situations, man. But the HBCU experiences was crazy. Yeah. But
nowadays they walk around with ARs, bro.
But yeah, I say that to say, man, it's just wild times.
Hey man, by the way, man, I want to say rest in peace, Starla, man.
Yeah, man.
Rest in peace to Starla, man. Hood legend, hood OG. Yeah. Hey,
my bad, yeah.
Hey, I wasn't gonna say nothing. I was gonna let you see for yourself.
Yeah, man.
They was on your neck. I was like,
when you tell, I get in these stories, man. Ain't nothing can happen to these people. I'm just saying, just good old memories. I like to give people their credit. I like to give people their credit. Old boy, me old boy was about to take off. We was about to hit them runners.
to make sure y'all wasn't next.
Listen, I had the ball in my hand. I looked like, yo, I'm gonna sling this mug, and I'm gonna try to hit one, and we gone. But you know, we ain't had the result.
I'll tell you what, if one of them folk would have tried to grab you, they'd get a concussion.
Come on, though, man.
I know.
Let that down, man. Let that ready to break out. So, I mean, it's just stories, man, like that. That's crazy. But
hey, man,
Ryan Coogler, man, great creative.
Great. Fuck all that. Y'all go follow us on motherfucking TikTok.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be on there Tuesday. We'll definitely be on there Tuesday. We're supposed to be doing docs. Crazy. Nah, man, I gotta give it. You know, these probably not told their kids by now.
They done lied to their motherfucking kids.
Cause I don't think Boy from DMV came back next year. Cause I didn't go back.
Damn superhero and the kids. They're like, yo, I got kicked out of school because I beat somebody up for trying to rob me for my phone deposit, son.
Well, my bad. If his kids listening, my bad. Your daddy got robbed.
Your dad lied. He didn't get kicked out of school for nothing.
He came around in them fruit balloons. And them slide
phone deposits and his socks.
And we saw them boys take off. We was like, oh yeah. Me and my guy Frank, we was ready to take off.
They stripped your dad.
They stripped him naked. They didn't want his box or his socks, but they wanted them phone pods. They wanted the chain. They wanted the Tommy shirt.
Run that.
Worn jeans, whatever he had on. They took all that. So.
And they wore it to the club that Friday.
Absolutely. Because, absolutely. Because
pretty much, yeah.
Because the Merck Road isn't. Yeah. That's a whole different hood. That's like Donley in North Carolina. So, but yeah, man, recipe style, man. You know, just certain names growing up.
Synonymous, man. Synonymous with our upbringing, bro.
Of my neighborhood, and that's definitely one that is very synonymous with my neighborhood. So, definitely rest in peace. Unfortunate event, and I mean, I see people blaming parents, but we just gotta do a better job overall. Of course, you know, people say parents turn your kids in, but you know, if it's your kids, you ain't.
I'm too far away from the situation to even like, you know what I mean?
So I'm not gonna blame your parents, but they gotta know that your child can't run from if everybody knows. That's all I know. So, and if that's what you want your child, you know, if they figure they can get away with this one time, who knows if it's gonna happen again, or if it's gonna be them on the other side. So you gotta look at it both ways. Like I know it's hard to put your child in the law's hands, but it's better that than somebody retaliate and put your child on the ground. So
need Smith and Pinckney.
That's what I'm saying, man. So if you want to be a part of the Henry Hand Collective, you know, you let them run these streets like that. But yeah, it's hard to do. Yeah, you're right.
You're right. Man, it's
accountability.
There's a whole lot going on, and I want to say shout out to Amber Bell. I was supposed to host the peace rally. I can't remember the exact name of the event they had, but shout out to them, man. I couldn't make it. I ended up having to cover somebody else's situation, and but they did do from what I hear, a great job with their rally. I want to shout out Jessica McKnight, Amber Bell, Tiki Bell, everybody involved, everybody, the sponsors, everybody. I appreciate the hell out of y'all for what y'all doing for our community. I'm sorry I couldn't make it.
I'll definitely need to get back down there one weekend, man. Take the kids down there. But yeah, man. Like I said, man, me and the boy went and saw Kendrick, man. It's a show, though.
I'm sure
it is a show. It is a show. There's nobody but him and SZA. Mustard come out, do his thing. My son was like, DJ Mustard. He was like, is that Mustard? I'm like, yeah. He's like, he's a DJ? I'm like, yes. He was like, but I thought he was just on the
beats.
No, he's like, I thought he was just the guy screaming on the song. I'm like, no, that's Kendrick screaming his name. So, you know, I had to give him a whole little 8-year-old history lesson. You know, Kendrick, he does this thing where he's like, you know, I see a lot of day one, shout out to my day ones. I know it's a couple of new faces out there. You know, he go back to his old joints for a second. He's like, some of y'all new after this new come up, he's like, just lean on somebody next to you to help you out. So then he goes through swimming pool. He go through money trees.
Okay, so were you there when he said didn't he call Charlotte Atlanta?
He did.
All
Yeah, he did. He did. No, he did it. He did my he did. He did.
Like they was trying
to walk into Atlanta with the elegance of LAX. And it's like, but you just came from Atlanta. And I know it gets crazy. And then he switched up in Euphoria. He said, I make music to electrify, you make music to pacify. In the real verse, you make music to pacify, I make music. So you doing it with no background.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But the headlines will make it seem like
he didn't do it on purpose. Because he said, at the end of the show, he said, Carolinas, I love you. North and South, thank y'all for coming out. So he, somebody probably told him, like, because I imagine, shoot, I went to Locke's concert with Jadakiss and them boys didn't know where they was.
No good.
I was running through the crowd and saying something. Jadakiss like, no, man, we in Charlotte, bro. It's like, we in Charlotte. And Sheik just laughing. He's like, man, we just came from something. My bad. So it happened. The first artist gonna get it wrong.
Oh,
and then because Styles the whole night was saying, I forgot what he was saying. He was like, maybe Memphis or he was saying something. And he was like, Charlotte. He's like, my bad. So Kiss was like, yo, man, yo, son, we in Charlotte, son, North Carolina. So he's like, Panthers, Hornets.
Trying to they'll tighten up, nigga.
Yeah, it was funny, man. So it's going
shit, man. Hey, man, what y'all want to talk about Tuesday? Because we on TikTok Tuesday.
Yes. So somebody mentioned our top documentaries, our top
list. Hold up. Didn't we already have a couple lists?
Documentaries and horror flicks. That's what the TikTok crew threw out there.
Let's do horror flicks.
Okay, because I got a couple stories. Like I told you, my ring story. So we'll definitely do that.
What up, Danita?
Hey, Danita, welcome. So, but yeah, we definitely do that.
We went over there tonight, nigga.
Now we going. Listen, man, because I saw another headline where they're saying TikTok about to go away June, but I ain't gonna delete this time because I don't believe the hype.
All right, you go ahead and believe that.
I ain't believing hype this time. I'm gonna keep it until I can't keep it no more. So my household trying to pressure me to get an iPhone. I'm like, I got apps on here y'all can't get no more, so I can't switch over. I ain't doing
it. Hey. This me. You on the inside of the building. I'm on the outside of the building.
Trying to get in.
Doing my cornbread out this building.
I told
sign over, Midge.
I said they won't be come over for location reasons. Like,
come on.
So,
come outside, Midge.
It's something with the Samsung, man. I love, man.
It's beautiful out here, Midge. Come outside.
It's beautiful inside, buddy. You ain't about to get me out here to let you back in.
Hey, because I swear I want back in, dog. I want back in. I'm so fucking tired.
You got about another year and a half?
Oh, no. I just went and got the new shit.
Oh, yeah. You got about a whole 2.
No. Because real talk, I switched providers.
Okay.
Like I totally switched providers, and these folk really don't give a fuck about the phone.
Okay.
So yeah.
Tiana said, "Don't do it, man. I'm holding on." I told him, I said, maybe I can get a second phone, just so y'all can have my location.
Hey, y'all gonna make me stand up and do my Irish dance? Me out here.
Because speaking of which, though, because I was at the concert.
Mm-hmm.
What I didn't know, the Panthers Stadium, you can see the stage no matter what, whether you real high, middle, or lower, because the way they have it. Because when I was looking at tickets, I was seeing
because of the way it's positioned,
obstructive view. But the obstructive view is like a rail I can see over. So I'm in seat 2 in the 300s. My son is in 3. he can see. I can see because I'm taller than the rail. So when I sit up, I'm taller than the rail. So I didn't have to stand the whole. So I'm like, why they say this is obstructive view? So and then I had to get those tickets last minute because when I went on, yeah, I was clicking on something. It's like, oh, not available no more. So I'm like, oh snap! Like these
You had to
things,
jump on what you had to jump on.
these things selling out fast. So you would see, yeah, you can location. Oh, maybe I need to share on that. I'll do that. I'll let them know that. Tiana, I might have to hit you up. Just let me know how I can share with them. Yeah. So when I bought tickets, I just bought the first ones, in my budget that I had set aside. Because I'm like, yo, I don't want to be super high. I want to be good enough. And because they was going like you see a section that was blue, then you see it grayed out, and I'm like, oh my god, these people buying these tickets like crazy. So one time I went on, it was saying this thing's completely sold out. I got nervous because I already told my son like, oh. So then I went on Ticketmaster and they had some verified resale. So I went hit them up. So
damn right.
Yeah, hey. That's the thing. Everybody needs to. You right, Danita. I'm sorry. I just happened to luck out because the rail was there, and
it's done my height, Danita.
Nah, he enjoyed himself. But speaking of which, the view I had, it was a dude down from me had the fold out joint, Samsung joint.
Ooh.
When I say his pictures,
good.
His zoom in was crazy. His zoom get Life 360 and shit. Okay. Yeah, Denny. I know you a little small fry. I need a little small fry, Nick. You need that clear view. But the dude behind me, he even said, man, he's like, man, and I ain't never been no Panthers game because I mean, time they played the Raiders, I was in a box because the dude I worked with was over the Masons, and they had a box. He's like, man, come to the Raiders. He was a Raider fan, so I didn't sit.
Light flex.
No, he was.
No. I'm talking. Yeah. Light flex. Like me, I don't do tickets when I go to Panther Stadium. I'll be up in the box.
No, that's the only time. That's one time. That's a one-time thing because I knew a guy, not because of who I am. Not because of who I am, my friend.
Light flex. I get it.
Not because of who I am. Just like I was in the joint at the Hornet. Well, it was the Bobcats at the time. Just because I knew an NFL player, Quentin Teal at the time, played for the Panthers. Went to Coastal. He came through. He's like, man, my financial advisor got us tickets. And him and Mel from the same hometown.
Pull up.
So he was like, man, meet me on 85 and you get these tickets. I know you like NBA. So me and him went, had a free buffet. I'm like, these aren't regular tickets, Quentin. He's like, yeah, man, they look out for me. My financial advisors look out for me. I'm like, oh, appreciate that. Anytime you get extra.
Look at salad bar.
Hell, I'm talking about they had shrimp and grits, wings. I'm like, what's going on right? Listen, they had the smorgasbord out there. But yeah, that zoom in on the new Samsung, crazy. But yeah, great show. SZA did well. And like you said, he, the slip of Atlanta every now and then. It wasn't like all show he called Charlotte Atlanta.
Yeah, but
like once or twice.
But the headlines are trying to make it look a certain way.
They doing anything to try to tarnish.
Yeah.
Because I saw what somebody said, oh, he got an ad saying 60% off. Can't you see he not selling out? And then you look on the touring website and you show him sold out. Arlington show sold out.
Yeah.
Atlanta sold out. Charlotte, because I'm attesting to that. So,
but hey, man, but that's a core memory that you gave your son, man. Like he gonna remember that. He gonna remember that, bro.
He was amped. TV off came on. You thought this boy about to jump out his seat. Like SZA, he didn't know. He knew a few SZA songs from TikTok. So when SZA had to give him his phone, let him scroll a bit.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I know that song. She sings that. I'm like, yeah, she do. I was like, if you sit and enjoy her sit, you might find some songs you like. So every now and then he'll listen to it. But when Kids came back out, I hear that.
Well, they talk about nothing. They talk, but they talk.
Listen, everywhere. So great show, man. Great show,
up, man.
Great. But yeah, so that's playoffs, man. What you think about that so far? I mean, I know. It's very disappointing.
We'll see y'all Tuesday.
Very disappointing. Very disappointing, man.
Not in the 40-year-old, in the 27-year-old.
But you got to think though, like other than those two, you got to think he wasn't in shape. It was all glitz and glamour because it was the regular season.
I don't see where it's gonna work until they get a lob threat, Midge.
They gotta get a center.
Yes,
but you know, I wanted to say,
but I gotta blame JJ Redick,
and that's where I'm going though. It's that condescending white man attitude that I didn't like from JJ. And you know, I don't really like Duke players other than Grant Hill and Kyrie. And Mike Dunleavy. I did like Mike Dunleavy. I usually hate
it. Was good at first, and you know the shit always look good because you know they like to boost somebody of that ilk when they are doing good because it shows that they could be the I'm controlling these But
I didn't like that snarky because for one, you were on the other side as media before you became a coach. You was criticizing
and what in the fuck makes you play out of shape 27-year-old and a 40-year-old the whole straight minutes. You dumb son of a bitch. And listen, here's the thing. Them boys that you sat down are still going to be there next year because I don't got a lot of flexibility.
Oh, that's the thing. That's the thing. Like you don't have that flexibility, and then you didn't play Jackson Hayes, who's probably your biggest big man threat out there.
Man, listen, bro, he act like he had a big man in the wing. Injured.
Like, Rui didn't want to go down there. Rui is AD.
Rui and Rui, the only one that really AR. Boy, he.
Hey, listen, man. I just
no. Listen. I'm gonna tell you what AR kind of did, and I'm not sure. See, listen, you gotta understand strategy. He don't want to go nowhere.
No, he don't.
So if he would have super duper performed in this playoffs right here, he would have been able to go in there and ask for the max, and they don't want to pay him the max. He don't want to be trade bait right now.
See, that's what they're doing to Kuminga. I don't understand. Steve Kerr, it's something about Steve Kerr that makes me hate him.
Hey, Mitch, man, we can talk about this behind the camera, man. Let's go ahead and let these folks have a good night, man.
But yeah, man, appreciate y'all.
Go and close it out, my boy.
Next week, we're going to watch Shooting Guards. Untold is going to be on Netflix. Another doc about, I think, a couple that went crazy. But I'll put that out there. But we're going to watch that for Sunday. Tuesday, catch us on TikTok. TikTok. We're going to be doing a, you said scary joints? Our top 5 scary list over there. I know we did this a long time ago, but you know, it's been 3
over there.
3 years. So we doing it over there. So you know what I'm saying? Doing it over there. So
and if we and if y'all have any suggestions for lists or know a list that you would rather see us do, inbox us. Like we're a very interactive show. Inbox him, inbox me, inbox the show page, and we'll definitely try to get this going.
Yep. So we'll definitely be on TikTok around 8 o'clock. I think that's when you be free.
Tuesday, yeah.
So right around 8, between 8:15, you know, give us a little time because we all got lives. But other than that, we'll be on there. So check us out on there. Share. Appreciate y'all rocking with us. Make sure you go to church, pay your tithes, and we'll see y'all Tuesday and next Sunday. Peace.